friends, welcome back to Ouroboros Tarot. So today we are asking, how were they feeling the last time they saw you? So I have 4 piles for you to choose from today. Pile 1, pile 2, pile 3, and pile 4. Go ahead and pause this video if you need to. Take as much time as you need to find the pile that sits right with your energy as well as with your person's, and I will see you in a minute. Hi pile 1, if you chose this mushroom, then this is going to be your reading today on what they felt the last time they saw you. So the oracle cards here that you have chosen are going to represent how you were energetically showing up, how they were energetically showing up, as well as hopefully give us some insight into what was going on the last time you saw each other. That way you'll know if this is your pile. If this isn't resonating, there might be another pile for you, or there might not be a message in this video today. So, to start, person 1 was showing up as the centipede, and person 2 was showing up as the trout. And then what was going on, we have everything will be okay, forgiveness, the desert, and left out with the wolves. Okay, so based on what I'm seeing here, it kind of feels like there was some sort of ending that had happened, or perhaps closure was needed and a conversation was had the last time you two saw one another to try to give one or the both of you the closure that you were looking for. The desert gives me this energy of feeling lost, or as if it's a surreal moment. It's a little bit confusing, and with everything will be okay, and then left out with the wolves. I'm sensing that comfort was attempted. There was an attempt to comfort either one or both of you from feeling abandonment. And with forgiveness here, this is further confirmation to me that there was a conversation that was meant to provide insight, comfort, closure, and the opportunity to move forward. The centipede person was showing up kind of in an energy of like having a lot on their plate, or wanting to be very perfectionist oriented. It feels busy. It feels like a very busy energy, or a very distracted energy, or perhaps just overwhelmed. And then the trout here, this is giving me the energy of like wanting to go home, wanting to return to where you came from. Yeah, there's an element of like perhaps travel here, or really the biggest thing that I'm getting is like a desire to return to where you are from for comfort. But yeah, that's what I'm seeing with these cards. I'm sensing that both people probably felt energetically in both the trout and the centipede. I'm not really sure if in this pile there are 2 separate energies here. Yeah, like the overwhelming, fast-moving energy that I'm getting with the centipede, I think was really happening around both people, and so was this need to seek comfort, to seek the familiar. But yeah, let's go ahead and ask what they were feeling. So move that over here. How was pile 1's person feeling the last time they saw pile 1? Okay. We have the King of Swords and the Magician. How are they feeling? We also have the Star. Based on these three cards alone, I'm sensing a lot of insight and clarity was gained. With this King of Swords, this to me is representing mental clarity. And then with the Star, a lot of the times I feel like an energy of like hopefulness or wishing for something. But in this instance, it feels as though clarity was given and they felt as though they had a guiding light to proceed forward. And they felt empowered by the truth. But let's keep going. How are they feeling? We have the Knight of Wands. How are they feeling the last time they saw pile 1? We have the Ace of Cups. There was definitely like a flood of emotions and a realization that that something was being... There was a realization here of how powerfully connected the two of you were. How are they feeling? We have the High Priestess. The Fool. Strength. There's a lot of major arcana here, so one thing that I want to say, just like just from based on those cards, what happened here, they felt like it was the right thing. Okay, and then we have the Nine of Wands. Okay, and then on the back of the deck, we have the Ten of Pentacles. Okay. Ooh. So, pile 1. I feel as though they felt as though they had been released, and there's gratitude here for it. With the Magician and the High Priestess here, it's like they finally felt like they knew the truth. They finally felt as though what had been hidden to them had finally been revealed, and because of this, they had stepped into their power. And that's not to say that suddenly they felt amazing and wonderful in this, energy of being left out in the wolves. It was more like the mindset of, okay, now that I know the truth, I can choose what steps to take forward that are best for me. And obviously here with the Ace of Cups and the Nine of Wands, there was an emotional release. It feels like they were able to take a breath of relief that they had not been able to take for quite some time. It feels like they had felt like there was a battle going on in this connection, or there was just such conflict, or there was just a heaviness to this connection for so long. And whatever happened the last time you two were together really helped them release that, and also helped them understand or remember the love that they hold for you. It's like they were able to let go of the negative feelings that they had kind of attached to you, to the thoughts of you. And finally, they could just hold on to the good feelings that have always been there. And with the 10 of Pentacles here, I'm sensing that they felt like this was really something, this connection was something that was so profound, and also this interaction, this last interaction, was something that was so profound that it really is a part of their legacy. This has catapulted them toward their destiny. And there's so much forward movement here, in gratitude, truly. With the star here, like I was saying, it feels like it was they feel as though they were finally guided in the direction of truth, and in the direction of their soul's purpose. And finally, with this guiding light, they feel like they're able to confidently take a leap, to start a new journey, to start a new beginning. And with the Knight of Wands here and strength, I'm sensing that they also felt compassion. And I feel like they felt the compassion that you were giving them. And this compassion warmed them long enough to be able to take the next step forward. And with the 4 of Pentacles here, I'm sensing what I like about this particular 4 of Pentacles in this particular deck is that the 4 Pentacles are not being held to this person's heart to protect this person's heart. It's like the person has realized that what they're trying to protect is only harming them, and so they're offering it up to this moth or to this butterfly, which is signifying to me an offering for transformation. And I think that there's an immense amount of gratitude here on your person's end, in terms of having perhaps learned how to open their heart space for the sake of growing and for the sake of getting what it is that they want. And this is something that has helped them in that journey. This connection is something that has helped them in that journey. There's just an immense amount of gratitude. I feel it very strongly. And I also feel very empowered. They felt very empowered and sad, bittersweet, but so thankful for you and the honesty or the closure that you both were able to give one another. And obviously, if it's truly what I'm feeling. So if this isn't what happened between the two of you, it's just not your pile, because this message is coming through very loud and clear. But let's go ahead and see if they have anything that they would like to say to you. Let me go get my channeled messages real quick. Okay. Let's see what they have to say. What does pile 1's person want to say to pile 1? What do they want to say to pile 1? Okay, we have, I lost myself for a little while. I sense that with this star here, this guiding energy that I'm sensing, I feel like they truly did feel lost until this last interaction. And they finally feel like they are back on track. What do you want to say to pile 1? Okay. I want to feel that way again. Yeah, I think with this, like I was saying, with this 4 of Pentacles, it feels like this connection has taught them how to keep their heart space open even when they are in a space of fear. Okay. I feel you even though we are apart, and finding out the truth crushed me. Oh. Okay. Lastly, I'm going to go ahead and get you one of these cards from the Getting Into the Vortex deck. Okay, this one flipped over. My manifestations are the indicators of my beliefs. It is always true that whatever you are living always matches your chronic vibrational patterns or beliefs. And it does not matter if you have an excellent excuse for your negative thoughts and negative emotions, they still equal your point of attraction. What is manifesting on every subject in your life is an indicator of the beliefs you hold and your chronic patterns of thought. Now, I think that the law of attraction is very powerful, but I do think that it is healthy. I know that it is healthy to feel the feelings that you're having and allow them to be released when it's time. Simply shoving feelings down because you deem them to be negative attaches something to a feeling that really should have no attachment to it. So I don't want anyone to feel like they shouldn't be feeling their feelings. I think that really feelings are just a point of guidance for us to figure out what it is that we genuinely want or what we don't want. Okay. And let's go ahead and get one of these, and then we will be done. Oh, geez. Okay. Open-heartedness. I know that life and the people living it can be an absolute bummer sometimes, but I promise not to let unhappy chapters make me jaded. If I let negative experiences turn me sour, then the jerks win. So I'll move on with an open and hopeful heart, if only because I hate losing to jerks. Okay, pile one. Well, that's what I'm seeing for you guys today. If this resonated with you, I would love to know about how it did in the comment section down below. Don't forget to like and subscribe so you'll know when I'm giving out free readings or when I'm doing coupons. And hopefully, pile one, I will see you in another video soon. Bye! Hello, pile two. If you chose this mushroom, then that's going to be your reading on how your person felt the last time that they saw you. So the oracle cards here are going to represent how you both were showing up energetically, as well as they're going to give us some insight on what was happening the last time you two saw one another. That way you'll know whether or not this is your pile. If it's not resonating, it's probably because it's not your pile, and there might be a message for you in another pile, or there might not be a message for you here today. So one of you was showing up as the wolf, and the other was showing up as the snail. And during this last interaction, we have the flame, rainbow transference, and predictions of growth. And we also have here and now and abundance. Okay, so I would say that the last time you two saw one another, I would say it was a passionate physical interaction of some kind happened between the two of you. However, it doesn't have to be physical. But with the flame here, I'm sensing a lot of passion, for one. And with rainbow transference, this is an exchange of energy, and it's an exchange of like really magical, wonderful energy. And it's talking all about connections and having found a magic connection and having realized that you can also receive magic from others. So no matter what, regardless of whether or not this was a physical type of interaction, or if this was just a verbal form of interacting and communicating that led to clarity, there was this magical spark between the two of you. And I'm sensing that whether or not you two had some sort of physical interaction, afterwards there was an understanding between the both of you that this was going to another level. This connection was leveling up, or was going to be growing more so than it has in the past. And I would say with abundance in here and now, both of you were very present. Both of you were engaged. Both of you felt this powerful exchange of energy. I would say that one person may have been a little bit more hesitant with this snail energy, a little bit more unsure of like how to navigate this, or what it is that they wanted to say. Whereas the wolf, it was more of a leader in this, was the one to guide this interaction, and was the one to kind of express a feeling of protectiveness over this connection, or feeling a sense of loyalty over this connection. But that's essentially what I'm seeing from this, in terms of how they, or in terms of what happened the last time you two saw one another. So let's go ahead and get into how they were feeling. How were they feeling the last time they saw pile 2? Okay. We have the 8 of Wands reversed. How are they feeling? Okay. We have the Queen of Pentacles. So I think for a lot of you guys, this person was showing up as the snail. But that doesn't have to be the case with this 8 of Wands. This is either indicating that they were, in fact, in this snail energy of kind of not really knowing which direction to go in, or this 8 of Wands being reversed is indicative of them feeling the block and recognizing that they were going to be the ones to have to set this interaction in motion. And then we have Temperance. Okay. We have the King of Pentacles and the Queen of Cups. Okay. We have the Tower. The 5 of Wands. The 4 of Swords. Yeah, I'm sensing that this person was the snail. Okay, we have the Chariot. And then we have the 4 of Pentacles again. That came up in pile 1 as well. Oops. And then we have the 6 of Swords as the bottom of the deck energy. Okay, so I feel like with the 8 of Wands being reversed and then the Tower, it feels to me like they felt a huge amount of relief from having had this interaction. I'm sensing with the 8 of Wands, like they had a lot that they had wanted to say for so long, and finally it just kind of like came spilling out of them. Like they feel like they poured their heart out and things are not going to be the same because of it. We also have the Queen of Pentacles and the King of Pentacles here. So this is divine counterpart energy. And I'm sensing that they feel as though currently, or after this interaction, or during this interaction, as if you two were equals for one. And then we have the Temperance card in the middle, and the Temperance card is a card of balance. It's a card of healing. It's a card of tempering down emotions or tempering down reactions. And I'm just sensing, because of this Temperance being here, that they feel as though a level of things were leveled out to where there was an understanding finally between the two of you. And with the 4 of Swords being right underneath it, if you look at it, I mean, like, this is a very balanced card, and this person is meditating, is resting, is coming to an understanding. And I feel like they feel at peace, or they felt at peace after this last interaction. They felt as though they understood everything that they needed. I'm sensing that whoever this Queen of Pentacles is, they are remembering them as a little bit more shut off, which is giving me like the energy of the snail here. They're remembering them as like being a little bit protective, and but also the Five of Wands is like very fiery again and very passionate. So I think that there was an element of passion, or perhaps even like an arguing, but not in like a negative type of way, but like more in like a playful kind of way. And they remember this King of Pentacles energy as being more in the wolf energy of charging forward, of taking charge and coming toward this queen. And then we have the Queen of Cups and the Four of Pentacles, and this is just it's just so sweet. Like, to me, this if you look at both of these cards, first of all, you have this Queen of Cups holding up the cup to the sky, you know, and cups represent emotions, represent heart space. And then in the typical Rider-Waite deck, this Four of Pentacles is a person holding this pentacle, but to their heart, so that it's close to them, it can't be taken, and also their heart is protected. But here in this image, this person has removed the pentacle from being up close to their chest and is offering it up in the sky as well. And I'm sensing that the last time they saw you, it's like they opened up their heart space and allowed themselves to be vulnerable. And then we have this beautiful Six of Swords, and I mean, like, it's telling a story. It's telling a story of like two people coming together and contemplating and meditating on this connection, and then allowing the connection to carry them away to calmer waters. This person doesn't feel confused at all. They feel very calm and secure, or at least they did the last time they saw you. But let's go ahead and also get some channeled messages and see what else is going on, if they have anything they want to say. What do they want to say to pile 2? What do you want to say to pile 2? I love you. I will wait for a sign from you. More of this snail energy. We need to let each other go. That's so interesting, because like what I feel like this we need to let each other go is saying is more like we need to let these protective measures go. We need to let these like thoughts that are running through our head that are preventing us from feeling secure go. Not we need to let each other go. But take it as it resonates. If this is calling to you as just how it says it is, then that's obviously your message. But based on everything else that I'm seeing here, that's not the message that I think is coming through. What do you want to say to pile 2? The timing just wasn't right for us. Very interesting. And again, I feel like this is more so with here and now here. I feel like it's like it's more of an acknowledgement that timing is a thing, and they finally got the timing right, or like it finally happened. There's something. Everything here is indicating union. It's not indicating separation or closure. So I would take these not as literally. But let's keep going. I'm going to go ahead and get you guys getting into the vortex card. Okay. I can look for things I appreciate in relationships. You cannot get the relationship of your dreams when your chronic thoughts about relationships feel lonely or angry or worried or disappointed. But as you look for things you appreciate in yourself and others, as you make lists of positive aspects of past and present relationships, you train your vibrational offerings to match the vibration of your desires, and your perfect mate must then come. It is law. So I spoke about this with pile 1 as well, but the law of attraction is an amazing tool, but I think that sometimes we can get it wrong, in the sense of like, everything that was said in this card is true. However, this card is not saying, and I think that this is where misinterpretation comes in, this card is not saying to focus only on the good things in connections that are truly horrible for you, or abusive, or unhealthy in any way. In those instances, yes, of course, focus on the things that you want, and then be truthful to yourself about how it's not being met in a specific connection, and allow that connection to be let go of, because you know what it is that you want. And I just want to be, I've worked on this for a long time. This is something that was kind of hard for me to grasp at first. It's a very simple law, but it can be really easy to kind of misinterpret and make unhealthy habits out of thinking that you're manifesting. But take that as you wish. I don't know. I feel like I want to say stuff when I know it's something that I've struggled with, just because I don't want to kind of perpetuate my own misinterpretations or confusions or unhealthy habits onto anyone else. I'm talking too much. Let's keep going. What was I going to do next? We're going to get a relationship card as well. What advice is there for pile 2? We have wait and see. Thoughts love to wander into assumptions and race ahead to the future. But what if you told them to cool their jets and chill a sec? Today you get to put your mental chatter on pause, to take a breath and simply wait and see how things play out before you let your mind run a marathon of imagined scenarios. Wait, and you'll see that waiting and seeing was a lot more productive than wondering and worrying. Insert audible sigh of relief here. Okay, pile 2, well, this is what I'm seeing for you guys today. If this resonated, I would love to know about how it did in the comment section down below. Don't forget to like and subscribe so that you'll know when I'm doing free reading giveaways, or if I'm ever giving out coupons to my personal readings in my Etsy shop. And thank you so much for watching. I hope that I will have the chance to read for you again in another video soon. Bye! Hello, pile 3. If you chose these mushrooms, then this is going to be your reading on how they were feeling the last time they saw you. So these oracle cards here are going to represent how both of you were showing up energetically during the last interaction you two shared. And it's also going to give us insight into what was going on the last time you saw one another. That way you'll know if this is your pile. If this doesn't resonate with you, it's probably because it's not your pile, and there might be another video for you or another pile for you, or there just might not be a message for you here today. So let's go ahead and get started. So one of you is showing up as the raccoon, and the other is showing up as the moth. And during this interaction, there is no bull, integrity, the gallery of those who came before, and the kiss. Okay, so this is a very specific message, pile 3. So if this doesn't resonate, I do not blame you. But essentially what I'm getting is there was a confession of some kind, or somebody came clean about something. And what I'm sensing is that this moth person, so the moth essentially is an insect that really is drawn to the light and can get distracted by the light. can get obsessive. And what I'm sensing is that they may have strayed. This moth person may have strayed from this connection in some type of way and followed a different type of light, if you will. And I think that what's really interesting is that right here in the gallery of those who came before, we have these insects that look like moths in the gallery. So I think that this really is indicating that what this has to do with is the moth's transgressions. And I'm sensing that there was probably a betrayal of some kind in which either the moth came forward on their own, or this raccoon person kind of called them out or became very curious. Raccoons are a very curious animal, and they don't really have a whole lot of they do what they want. They're inquisitive. They can just, they look kind of like they're wearing a mask, like they're in disguise. And so what I'm sensing, sorry, that's Lily's food. What I'm sensing is that you know what I just realized? My sweater is on inside out. That's hilarious. Oy vey. Me and my little ADHD brain. I was just thinking, I'm like, I wonder if like my followers or the people who watch this, when they hear Lily's food go off, think like, oh my God, why can't she feed her own cat? And then in my head, I was like, it's because I have really bad ADHD and I'm trying to be like, I think that this is the most responsible way to go about things. And then I look down and I realize my freaking sweater's inside out. Ay, ay, ay. Anyway, I'm going to take a step back and let's get back into this. So I think that, like maybe this raccoon person has kind of the same energy as me of somebody who's just kind of like a space case. I don't know. That was a space case moment for sure. But I feel like this raccoon person started asking this moth person, oh Jesus, this moth person questions about this this moment of betrayal. And I feel like the moth person came clean with the gallery of those who came before. I'm sensing that they were pretty honest about what had been going on. And I feel like this raccoon person was really demanding no bull, was really demanding the truth. And in doing so, I feel like both of these people came together with an understanding of what was going on. And obviously, I don't think that this happens overnight where suddenly everything is better. But with integrity here, and then with the kiss, I feel like this was a step in the direction of trying to fix this connection in some type of way. But if that resonates with you, maybe I should fix my sweater real quick. If that resonates with you, we'll go ahead and get on into tarot after I put this sweater on the right way. Goodness gracious. I'm sorry, pile 3. Okay, let's go for it. Put this here. How was pile 3's person feeling the last time they saw pile 3? How are they feeling? Okay, we have the Page of Swords reversed, the Queen of Cups upright, the King of Cups reversed, the High Priestess, Temperance, So the first thing that I'm feeling with this Page of Swords reversed is that their curiosity, if they were the raccoon, their curiosity came to a halt. So I feel like if it wasn't them who was curious and it was you, they feel as though they gave you the insight that you needed in order to stop with the questioning. There was no more. The Page of Swords is a card that represents curiosity. It can also represent spying. So I'm sensing that this interaction helped close that curiosity or spyful energy. And with the Hermit here, they could have felt as though they were kind of like on their own. But what's interesting is that, again, it's like the Hermit is a card of guidance, for one, and I think that this connection was something that really offered both parties some guidance. But also, if you look here, the Hermit is, in terms of guidance, has a lantern. So it's a light, and then right above this Hermit is this crescent moon, and we also have the crescent moon over here for the moth. So I feel like for some of you guys, this person was feeling as though they kind of had come back to their own light, rather than seeking the light of other people. It's like this last interaction. And look, we also have this crescent moon here with the kiss. It's like, and with the moth, in the guidebook, it talks about how nobody really knows why moths are attracted to light, but there's this theory that it has to do with them wanting to follow the moon. And so for the moon to be here, and then even this bull, even though it's the horns, it looks like a crescent moon. And then we have the moon again, and then this high priestess is sitting on this crescent moon. To me, this is indicating that they feel as though, either if they were the moth, they feel as though they have come back to the right light, to a light that isn't artificial, to a light within themselves, and back to this connection. And if they are the raccoon that was really curious, they feel as though this connection or this last interaction brought this moth back to them. Yeah, let's keep going. How are they feeling? Okay. And the Four of Pentacles. This has come out in every single spread so far, and I think it came out under the Queen of Cups for the last pile too, and it has the same exact message. And what I love about this is that behind this Four of Pentacles is the moth. So if you've watched all of the videos or all of the piles at this point, I apologize, because you're going to hear this again. But essentially, with this Four of Pentacles, typically what happens in the image of the Four of Pentacles in most decks that I've seen is that the person that has these Four Pentacles is holding this pentacle close to their heart to try to keep the pentacles safe. It's like it's representative of being reserved, of being protective, of being conservative, and holding your cards kind of close to your heart, not letting other people in. However, here what we have is a person who has removed the pentacle from protecting their heart and is offering it up. And then right behind him is this moth, or her or them is this moth. And the moth represents, first off, messages, but it also represents transformations. And I'm sensing that this person, during the last interaction, felt a transformation in which they could open up their heart space. And if you look here at the Queen of Cups, this Queen of Cups is also a heart-centered card. And in this image, we have the Queen holding a cup. And the cup is representative of emotions and heart space, and she's holding this cup up as well. So both of these images have people holding things that represent protecting the heart up as an offering. And so I'm sensing that this person felt as though they were being honest and authentic in their heart space. I do feel like they felt like there was some disconnect still, like there was an imbalance between the two of you, but these are two counterparts. We have the king and the queen. And obviously if one person had betrayed the other, that would indicate why one of these isn't in their power currently. And I think that either way, either if they were the moth or the raccoon, they recognized and felt this disconnect between the two of you. How are they feeling the last time they saw you? Okay, yeah, we have the 10 of Pentacles reversed. And we have the Wheel of Fortune reversed. Okay, and then we have the Page of Wands. And then on the back of the deck, we have Death reversed. Okay, yeah, I think this last interaction kind of like made them feel like the rug was ripped out from under them. Like everything that they had worked for. So if they were the raccoon, they felt like everything that they had worked for in this connection was about to be lost. They were about to lose a profound amount of work and treasure that this connection, they were under the impression, had been offering them. And if they were the moth, they were kind of, they were also kind of like the rug was ripped out from underneath them, because they were realizing that their actions, their inability to be in an open heart space in the past, had caused them to lose everything it was that both of you had worked for. And with the High Priestess here, and then with the Wheel of Fortune reversed, I feel like they also felt like they were kind of powerless. Like they didn't really know what to do exactly. Like there was a bit of misfortune, or luck was not on their side. However, the High Priestess is upright, so this is indicating to me that intuitively and psychically they were connected to this connection still the last time you guys saw one another. And also, I feel like if the High Priestess were to be reversed, I would say like they may have felt as though they could pull a fast one on you, or like try to manipulate you in some way. But I'm not sensing that. I'm sensing more of like they could have potentially seen that this interaction was on its way. And they could have realized like there's nothing I can do about it. What's done is done. What's happening is happening. So I might as well be forthright. There's lots of ways to interpret these two cards, but really it just feels like destiny was involved and they were accepting of that. And then we have Temperance and the Page of Wands. And so I think that like the last time they saw you, they felt as though this had really kind of implemented a start in healing for the both of you. And in doing so, it had kind of started a new course of action for the both of you, or a new outlook for the both of you. And with Death here, I feel like they're under the impression that this connection is not ending, even though it could very well have, given the circumstances. They feel as though they were given another chance, or they gave you another chance, depending on how this is, happening for you. But let's go ahead and get some messages. What messages are there for pile 3? What do they want to say? I'm so attracted to you. It's like you're the light. Okay, let's see. Finding out the truth crushed me. I am afraid to contact you. I think that's past energy. I mean, it could be if this has happened and now you guys aren't. Now there's like distance again between the two of you. That could very well be why. Oh, okay. Okay, I am not available. Very interesting. and you speak to me through music. I feel like these two cards right here are past energy, but take it how it resonates for you. Obviously, you know your situation best. And finally, let's go ahead and get you some advice. So first, I'm going to go ahead and see what there is for you in the getting into the vortex. We have, my every thought is attracting its vibrational essence. Whether you are thinking about wanted things or unwanted things, you are still sending out a request to attract more things like the subject of your thought. And all things that happen to you, all people, things, experiences that come to you, come in response to your vibrational invitation. Noticing how things are turning out for you is one very clear way of understanding which vibrational requests you are emanating, because you are always getting the essence of what you are thinking about, whether you want it or not. I think that this is important to remember in terms of the law of attraction. However, I think that this can never be applied to instances of really horrific treatment or abuse, and I think that that's very important to keep in mind always. And then let's go ahead and get a relationship affirmation. Okay, and we have levity. Laughter is the best legal medicine, and it looks like it's time for you to take a sweet, sweet hit of it. When someone annoys you or a plan goes awry, try finding something funny in there. And if you ever feel like the butt of the joke, remember that the only difference between someone laughing at you and someone laughing with you is that in the first version, you're not laughing. You always have the option, so opt to lighten up. It's legal in almost 200 countries. Okay, pile 3. Well, this is where I am going to leave you today. If this resonated, I would love to hear about how it did or why in the comment section down below. Don't forget to like and subscribe so you'll know when I am doing free reading giveaways or when I'm giving out coupons to my personal readings in my Etsy shop. And thank you so much for watching. I hope that I will have the chance to read for you in another video again soon. Bye! Hello, pile 4. If you chose this mushroom, then this is going to be your reading today on how they felt the last time that they saw you. So the oracle cards here are going to represent how both of you were showing up energetically the last time you saw one another, and it's also going to give us some insight into what was actually going on the last time you saw one another, so that way I'll know what was happening and you'll know whether or not this was your pile. So one of you was showing up as Sasquatch, and the other was showing up as Tortoise. And in terms of what was going on, we have the Maiden and Agape, and we have Gifts to the Portal and Your Light, and we also have Spiritual Lesson. Okay, so this one's a strange one. I feel like for maybe some of you guys, like maybe you'd gone down some sort of rabbit hole of like psychedelics. I don't know. There's this energy of like having done something that like at least one of you had never done before, that like really offered some sort of like spiritual transformation. And I'm sensing like, and I mean like it could even be honestly like another thing that I was picking up on was like maybe you guys had gone camping or like had gone and done something in nature that like one of you had never done before and felt a little bit uncomfortable with. There's this element here of like having done something that you hadn't done or they hadn't done that kind of connected them more to source, or you more to source, and connected the both of you in a more loving way. But there was like definitely some sort of spiritual transformation that went on here. Yeah, it's clear as day, but it's like also like, what were you guys doing? I'm curious. And then we have the Sasquatch, which, you know, that right there is giving me like the energy of like being in like a forest or something. And then we have these trees right here as well, that kind of gives me that nature energy. But the Sasquatch is like a very mysterious type of energy of like, is it real? Is it not real? And I think that this person was approaching this last interaction in a sense of exploring life's mysteries, exploring the mystery of this connection, or just kind of being a little bit elusive. And then person 2 was showing up as the tortoise, which is a really slow moving energy for one thing, but it's also a creature that is very protected and sheltered, if you will. And so I feel like this tortoise is kind of giving me the same energy of the maiden, of kind of like an innocence to them, or just like a freshness to whatever this situation was. I don't think this tortoise had ever experienced before. But that's what I'm seeing. Yeah, so let's go ahead and get into tarot. Okay. How was pile 4's person feeling the last time they saw pile 4? Okay, we have the 2 of Swords reversed. The first thing that comes to mind just on the image alone is that duality, like the dualities of this person kind of merged. And then here we have it again with the devil. It's mirrored imagery, it's mirrored energy, and the devil, represents the shadow self, and here we have the dark and the day, like the night and the day. And typically the 2 of Swords would represent indecision, but for it to be reversed, I feel like this person feels like both the light and the dark were integrated within themselves. How are they feeling? We have the 7 of Wands. We have the Lovers, more mirrored imagery. These both are, at least in the Rider-Waite deck, these 2 cards are essentially the same image, but they have different meaning. Okay, let's keep going. How are they feeling? Okay, we have the 10 of Wands. We have the High Priestess. The Emperor. This is very strange energy. We have the 4 of Pentacles. The 4 of Pentacles has come out in every single pile. But I think it's different here. Very different than the other ones. Okay, we have the 6 of Cups. Oh my god. And we have the 3 of Pentacles. Okay, and then on the bottom of the deck, we have the Knight of Wands. Okay. So, the last time you 2 were together, the last time they saw you, like I said with this 2 of Swords, there was an integration of both their light and their dark. There was like an integration of who they are entirely. Like they felt accepted completely and wholly by you, or completely and wholly by themselves. And with this High Priestess, I feel like they really were able to explore the depths of themselves as well as the depths of this connection. And then we have the Devil. And with the Emperor here as well, I feel like they felt they felt a need, at least for a while, to kind of protect themselves. The Emperor is like a very militant, controlling type of energy, and the Devil is definitely a card about your shadow, about your restrictions, about the parts of yourself that you don't necessarily want to look at. And I feel like for a moment in time during this interaction, they felt very protective over you seeing these parts, or over them having to see these aspects of themselves. And I see it even further here with the Seven of Wands and the Four of Pentacles. There was like this great desire, this deep need within them to remove the pinnacle that typically this person is holding over their heart, to protect their heart and to also conserve their pinnacles. And even though they recognize this need to kind of open up their heart space, the Seven of Wands is all about protection and going into battle. And we see the shield here indicating that this person was protecting themselves from the arrows that were being thrown their way. However, it didn't last long with agape here and spiritual lesson and your light. I'm not sure, like, I don't know if there's a lot of fire here in a lot of these cards. We have flames coming out of the trees here. We have flames coming out of these wands and flames in the background of this. We have flames in the Devil. We have flames in this Knight of Wands. We have your light. There's a lot here indicating that light was shed on kind of like their darker aspects. But agape is all about love, like the purest form of love, the highest vibration that there is, all that is. And then right underneath agape, we have the Lovers and the Six of Cups. It's like they recognized you as their divine partner. They recognized you as the mirror that shows them both the beauty within themselves as well as the things that they feel fearful of. And with the Six of Cups, I feel like they recognized you as a soulmate, or as somebody from a past life. There was a connection here. And again, you know, with the Maiden and then the Tortoise, there's that like innocent type of energy. And then the Six of Cups is all about like childhood memories and innocence again. So there definitely was something here that like maybe even both of you hadn't necessarily experienced before, and so there was like a naivety to it. However, I think the Sasquatch was a little bit more curious, whereas the Tortoise was a little bit more reserved. And then we have the Ten of Wands and the Three of Pentacles. I feel like they felt like an immense amount of relief from this interaction, and they felt as though there was a union between the two of you to work together, to grow together. It's very beautiful energy. I'm just like, I have no idea what the heck happened, like what you guys were doing. The other ones were like much more specific, and this one I'm just like, were you guys like tripping? Like what was what was going on? Yeah, let's go ahead and get some channeled messages. What does pile 4's person want to say to pile 4? What do you want to say to pile 4? I feel you leaving me behind. I feel like that could potentially be past energy, because this is union energy. It was my fault, but I blamed you. I wish I could take back my words. We will be together again. Okay, and then I'm also going to go ahead and get you guys getting into the Vortex Oracle. Let's see what there is for pile 4. Okay. We have the essence of my every desire can be fulfilled. If your time-space reality has the wherewithal to inspire a desire within you, it is our absolute promise to you that your time-space reality has the ability to deliver in full manifested form the reality of the desire it has inspired. The essence of any and all desires can be fulfilled unless you are holding yourself out of alignment with your own desire. The feeling of competition or shortage or limitation of resources means you are out of alignment with your own desire. It's talking about that abundance mindset. Okay, and then I'm going to get one of these. Okay, harmony. I know in my heart when something is right. It feels easy and breezy, even though that sounds cheesy. With this in mind, I banish all stress, insecurity, and tedious work from my relationships. Then I invite harmonious relationships into my life and let them show up on their own. Easy breezy things are rarely punctual. All right, pile 4. Well, that is what I'm seeing for you guys today. If this resonated with you, I would love to know about how it did in the comment section down below. Don't forget to like and subscribe to my channel so you'll know when I am giving away free readings or when I am giving out coupons for my personal readings in my Etsy shop. Thank you so much for watching, and I hope that I will have the chance to read for you in another video again soon. Bye!